Most cookware is understood to be multi-purpose. A pan can be used to sear or saute, a Dutch oven can braise or fry, but the microwave is often unjustly regarded as a tool that's just for warming up leftovers. I'm complicit in this. The last time I mentioned microwaves on this channel was 1 year ago when I taught you how to reheat store-bought corn tortillas in one of these. But here's a tale that just might freak your bean. Last Thanksgiving, when I was low on stove space, I microwaved my wife's lobster. I cut 2 tails in half, put them in a glass bowl with garlic butter, and nuked them to perfection. When you put food in a lidded container and microwave it, the water in that food gets hot and turns to steam. If the lid is just barely vented, all that steam surrounds the food and steams it. Microwaving seafood sounds deplorable, but steamed fish or steamed lobster is just normal. I want you all to use your microwave more often, so here's my easiest pitch. Start with a sack of baby potatoes. Rinse them off and don't worry too much about draining all the water off. You need a little moisture in the vessel to make steam. The butter in my lobster example contained a little bit of water, so that's where its steam came from. Close the bowl, vent the lid, and microwave them until you're able to smash one with a little effort. You now have cooked potatoes. They are edible as is, but longtime viewers know that I like my potatoes cooked twice. I used to boil these and then smash them, season them, and then oven roast or pan fry each one so the craggly edges crisp. But the microwave allows me to complete stage 1 of that 2-stage cook with less water, less energy, less time, and although I don't really care about elite athlete level nutrition enough to track my micronutrients, less good stuff potentially leaching out into the water, staying right here in the tater. If you never cook anything but potatoes in the microwave, it will still be a meaningful improvement over boiling. Thanks to social media, our microwaves get to revel in a brief moment of glory every time a hack goes viral. There was a time when single-serving mug cakes were a sensation. There are times when folks make popcorn from loose kernels in a paper lunch bag. My wacky, wild supplication is for more people to accept that there are times at which microwaving is legitimately the best suited technique for the job. When you need to soften a hard ingredient but wish to preserve or even concentrate the flavor with steam instead of caramelizing it with a hard roast, Chef Mike is your man. There's a time for grilled corn, but you can instead concentrate the corn flavor by nuking a whole cob still in the husk for 2 minutes before shucking it. The kernels will be soft, plump, and corny instead of crisped, charred, and somewhat desiccated. Corn is great for this because you don't have to put it in a container. The husk will just keep all of that flavor and steam right in the kernels. But microwaving is also good for beets, carrots, sweet potatoes, and hard squashes. These are fall foods that can take a long time to cook, and I rely on the microwave to turn them into mushy baby food every single day. You should remember this come Thanksgiving time when the oven's full but you need yams cooked ASAP. If you think of the microwave as a steamer, whole new workflows become apparent. Some of you may already be starting to get it, thinking, I bet I could microwave rice. And you are correct, but this is the perfect opportunity to explain where microwave cooking gets complicated. Our microwaves are all different wattages, and yours might not even be wired correctly, so it could be operating at a lower power level than you think. It's for this reason that I can't make any microwave cooking tutorials that are as simple as stovetop recipes. I can't say microwave this on power level 3 for 20 minutes because we're all working with different technology. There is one company that I've seen do a really great job at solving this problem. They're called Anyday, and part of their marketing strategy to sell their microwave safe cookware is this nifty calculator. You pick a food item, input your tool's wattage, and it'll spit out a cook time and power level that'll probably work. It's free, it's public, and I haven't yet found any resource quite like it. Skip ahead 60 seconds if you aren't the type to insist that everything's an ad unless the creator spends a minute explaining how it isn't, but Anyday doesn't know that I'm making this video and they haven't paid to be mentioned. I have one of their bowls as a part of a paid 5-video series I recorded at their LA studio a year ago, but for some reason only 2 of them ever went public anyway. This is a really niche product for a very specific type of person, and you could achieve virtually the same thing with any glass bowl with a ventable lid. This is a glass Pyrex bowl with a plastic lid that I can seal all the way and then crack just at the edge so it doesn't explode. The point of this video is not for me to sell you microwave safe bowls. The point of this video isn't even to sell you on using a microwave as much as I do. If your kitchen doesn't have one, I don't think that you should go out and buy one just because I made it sound so convenient. The point is to cast away this nasty idea that microwaves are just for reheating and not for cooking. Old Mr. Microwave's been rocking with me right there in the background of every video that I make, and it's about time I put some respect on his name. You're here when I'm sharing aspirational meals online, but he's here for me when I'm reheating frozen twin marquee dumplings at midnight. And that's a real friend. Factor has paid to be mentioned at the end of this video. Factor delivers fresh, never frozen, dietitian-approved meals to your home, and there's always a bunch of options to choose from. They offer 35 meals every week, including Gourmet Plus, Keto, Calorie Smart, Vegan, and Vegetarian. I understand that many of you watching don't want to cook every single meal, be it because you don't have the energy or hate washing dishes, so this is an option for anyone who's looking to take care of lunch every couple of days so that you don't end up eating out on your lunch break. If lunch and dinner aren't your pain points, they also offer breakfast options and ready-to-drink smoothies. I'm actually about to move. This is probably my last shoot in this kitchen. That's why there's so much stuff missing on the walls. But the new house already has a fridge full of Factor, so I can eat a good meal while unpacking without having to order takeout every day until I settle in. Head to factor75.com or just click the link below in my description and use code NETSHACK50 to get 50% off of your first Factor box with free shipping. That is code NETSHACK50 for 50% off and free shipping on your first box. Thank you very much. I am going to get back to unpacking now.